My name is O'Shea. I'm pretty livid. Have you ever been out with a stopwatch and timed the buses in this area?
No, actually I haven't.
Well, maybe you ought to, you know. No, I asked the driver, I said to him, exactly how often do these things run? And his quote was, every 15 minutes. Well, it didn't seem like 15 minutes to me, you know. I understand, you know, sometimes you have people throwing themselves under buses or whatever nowadays. But really, you know, you've no right to be putting on the back of a bus every 15 minutes if it's not true, you know.
Well, Mr. O'Shea, all I can say is I really apologise, but we do our best.
You know, I mean, I've been out there, you know, I got a brand new watch for Christmas that the missus got me. And I've been out and timed them, and you know, I've been all over the place. You know, I've stood outside bus stops morning, noon and night, and there ain't one of them that runs on 15 minutes.
Hold on, I'll pass you on to somebody else. Hello, Mr. O'Shea, how can I help you?
Right, I'd basically like to know how you can justify putting on the back of your buses something that runs every 15 minutes when really, you know, I found no evidence based on my own experience of any of them that run every 15 minutes.
Well, they don't all run every 15 minutes. What service are you referring to?
Well, I've started off as a number 20 in the middle of town. I noticed that they didn't run every 15 minutes. And then I went round to a couple of others.
Every 15 minutes. What do you mean?
Well, these buses were supposed to be along every 15 minutes. You know, I've actually been there with my watch.
And what time of day is this?
During about the middle of the day, because we'd come out to the pub and we thought, well, we might as well go home because it was dull in there, was nothing much happening.
Travelling from Coventry, is it?
That's right, in the middle of the town, Ironmonger Row.
What day of the week?
It'll be about a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday?
Because I'd been to sign on and I'd come out feeling a bit disgruntled with everything and then I have to wait for the bus more than 15
and
minutes.
Where are you trying to get to?
Well, it's out to Bedworth.
You're going through to Bedworth. So
That's right.
Are you aware of the timetable?
Well, the timetable didn't seem to make much sense because I looked at the big screen with all flashing lights on it looking like technology gone riot, you know, and it said the bus was coming in a minute, and then the same bus suddenly magically changed to coming in 3 minutes, and then I watched it again a little bit later thinking, oh, 3 minutes ain't bad, but it seemed to be getting, the more you looked at it, the time was being delayed.
I think you're getting slightly confused. The service
I don't think I'm getting confused, you know.
I think you might be getting a bit confused. The service 20s to Bedworth, they leave town 8 and 23 and 38 minutes past the hour, which is every 15 minutes.
All I know is I sat there
I'm telling you.
And I asked the driver, I said to the other lady, and I quote, how often do these things run? And he said, and he pointed up, very, I don't think he was really into the job that day. He looked a bit hungover and unshaven, you know. And he said, every 15 minutes. So I thought, well, that's what you told me, you know. And then there's a big thing on the back of the bus. And then it says every prime time service or something like that.
Every 15 minutes, yeah.
Every 15. Well, it doesn't seem like 15 minutes to me. And it was obviously late. And it was there for about 2 minutes, just enough to get on. And then it drove off again, you know.
Yeah.
That wasn't 15 minutes.
15 minutes from when? When were you waiting from?
Well, from when we was outside the bus stop.
What time was you at the bus stop?
We were there about midday.
So you're saying you're at the bus stop at 12 o'clock and the 12:08 didn't turn up at 12:08?
No, that's what I'm saying. It didn't turn up.
It turned up at what time? 12:10. Is that what you're saying?
No, it was a bit later than that. It was about 12:11.
Okay, 12:11. So you got on the bus then, did you?
I did.
Right. Well, the bus before the 12:08. Okay, the bus before the 12:08 would have been at 11:38.
Oh, but it wasn't there then.
What, it wasn't there at 11:38? Well, you weren't there either because you were in the pub still.
Well, honestly, I've been to sign on. We'd had a quick one because, you know, you have to get it in before the missus finds out. And then we went down to the bus stop.
Yes.
Me and my mate Dave.
Yes, but the bus, if you were at the bus stop at 12 o'clock, the 11:53 had already gone. And the next bus would be 12:08, which you said turned up at 12:11. So you've had to stand there for 11 minutes.
Yeah, you can ask my mate Dave how long we... Dave, come to the phone. Dave, how long was it you think that we waited there? He doesn't want anything... What? That's no, Dave. If you're going to start swearing, don't come to the phone. Leave it, I'll do the talking. No. So I don't think you want to speak to him. He's a bit irresponsible today. But you know, something else. No, sometimes I do wonder about this service. You know, I really do. Yeah, I really do. Sometimes I think you lot are a waste of time. You know, I really do. This sweet
well,
papers.
Then, do you know what I suggest if we're a waste of time? That you catch a taxi, my love, and then you won't be waiting for 15 minutes.
Well, I'd like to catch a taxi. If I wasn't signing on, I'd probably get a taxi there and back every day.
You'll have to put up with the bus that's every 15 minutes.
Well, it's not 15 minutes. It's the point of me phoning in the first place.
But I can't see your point. You're telling me you were standing there at 12 o'clock and a bus arrived at 12:11. That's 11 minutes.
No. I don't think my watch is that bad. Sometimes I think it's fairly obvious. There's about 8 of us there, all pointing at this thing, waiting for it to sort of look like it was going to spring into life and with a bus by it. But, it didn't happen. It wasn't 15 minutes. It wasn't really. And then you get on the bus, it's full of sweet papers. There's people smoking at the back that shouldn't be smoking. And the lip from the kids as well, And do you know there's another thing as well? There's one of those bus drivers sings. Did you know that?
What bus driver sings?
There's one of those bus drivers on that route sings.
Sings? Well, that's all right, surely.
Well, how can he be concentrating on the bus and the driving, and if he's singing? I don't really see that. I was a driver once before I had my licence taken away.
You had your licence taken away?
Oh, you had it taken away, yes, sir. Under mitigating circumstances, they said, but.
And you've never sung whilst driving a car?
Not if I thought it would endanger myself or the passengers, no.
Oh, right. So you were a bus driver then, were you?
No, I wasn't a bus driver. I was just an ordinary citizen.
You wouldn't know what it was like then?
Well, I wouldn't. You have to defer to the man because he's a professional, I suppose. But really,
Exactly.
I don't think you should sing and drive at the same time.
No?
I think it's like patting your head and rubbing your stomach. I think there's some people
can't do that
do
either.
it naturally.
That's right. Some people do it naturally, sir.
But it's different to singing. Singing, you have to hang on to a tune, and the chap wasn't even singing in tune properly.
Oh, so you didn't like his singing that day then?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't the only one either. I noticed there's a few of us old ones crinkling up the noses.
Uh-huh.
So, do you think you'll ever have a day when somebody's employed to clean those buses of yours?
Well, if you're signing on the door, why don't you come and ask if you can clean them?
Well, I don't think I'd like to, You
You
find
wouldn't like to?
everything from bubblegum and all kinds of things on the
So
floor
you
at the back.
expect somebody else to do it, but you wouldn't like to do it yourself?
Well, that's what I pay my 85 pence bus fare for.
Is that right? Well, that's what people are paid wages for, to clean buses. But if people
I thought my 85p paid the bus wages.
Irresponsible people throughout the day choose to litter the vehicles. We do not employ cleaners to sweep up as it's going along.
I got on that. There's something about that bus route that really gets me sometimes. I have to use it. I have to. And there was one of them, like the big issue type, the traveller type things. And he got a dog on the back. They were just sniffing my crotch. I was trying to sit down.
The dog was sniffing your crotch. Well, why didn't you tell the man to move the dog?
Well, I didn't think they'd allowed him on the bus in the first place.
I
didn't think he was allowed to take a dog on the bus in the first
allowed
place.
on buses, yes.
Well, he was as smelly as his owner.
Yes. Well, did you go and complain to the driver that the dog and the owner were smelly?
If I'd have gone and complained to the driver, I don't think he'd have listened to me. I think the bloke with the dog would probably smack me in the head.
Oh. Oh, well.
Is that it then? So we haven't resolved anything here then?
Well, we're not going to, because until you can be more precise and I've told you the times of the vehicles, then there's nothing to resolve. You're having a moan that you don't believe they're every 15 minutes, and I've told you they are.
But one night I thought I'd go to the top of the road and start timing them. They don't even towards the Bedworth end, they don't even run 15 minutes. And that's Bedworth's smaller than Coventry.
I'll tell you what, you do a survey then. You go and do a survey and then come and tell us they don't run every 15 minutes.
Well, I could do that. Are you going to pay me to do that now?
No.
No, well, see, why should I do it then?
Well, you're the one that's complaining about the
It's up to you to do the surveys.
No.
It's up to you to do the surveys.
I don't need to do a survey, sir. I know how often my 20s go.
Do you believe in the Bible?
It's got nothing to do with this conversation.
It's got everything to do with this conversation.
I don't think so.
I don't think you've been very helpful. Next time I have to go to the voting polls. I'm going to vote, and it should be soon as well. I'm going to vote for the people that are going to do something about the bus services, because they're terrible.
Voting day is next Wednesday.
Right. Well, I'm going to vote for somebody who's going to do something about the buses and give you all a good shake-up.
Okay, then.